The patch tool lets you repair a selected area in your image with pixels from another area in your image or from a pattern. So like the healing brush, the patch tool matches texture, lighting, and shading of the sampled pixels and then applies that to the source pixels in your image. So all you have to do is just drag a selection border with the patch tool the same way that you would with the lasso tool. Now if you have source selected up in your options bar, what you want to do is drag your selection border over the area that needs to be patched. Then what's going to happen, Photoshop will replace that area, which is this one that I originally selected, with the area that I drag the selection to. So I can just click inside the selection. I want to drag it to a clean area, and when I release the mouse button, Photoshop has patched the area with this area that is clean. Now we'll just deselect this, and if you have destination selected, this will do the opposite, and this allows you to make a selection around a clean area in the image. And then by dragging that over to the areas that need to be patched, it's going to clean up those selections. So this way it allows you to use the same patch over multiple areas in your image, but it matches the texture, lighting, and shading. Transparency is going to keep the transparency of the patch. So in this image I don't want to keep the transparency, because what it's going to do is keep copying the unwanted area to all the different areas in my image. You can also alter the patch selection using the regular selection commands. So for example, Shift will add to your selection, and holding the Alt key will remove parts of your selection. You can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to nudge your selection into place, and you can also transform and feather your selections. Now if you want to use a pattern as your patch, all you have to do is just draw your selection border. Then what you want to do is click the drop down menu here, choose the patch that you want to use. Let's just say we're using this patch here. Click use pattern, and if you have source selected, the pattern is going to be applied directly in the selected area, and if destination is selected, the pattern is going to cover up the current spot as well as others if the patch is dragged over them.